Hello viewers. Well, it's a beautiful day today here at my place. But don't let that fool you. Things have turned a little grim. Possibly. So let's walk over here and take a look at not that car, not that truck, not this, but this. This is my 1972 Plymouth Valiant Survivor, so to speak. This is a car that you've not seen very much of on this channel. I've done a few videos documenting the work that I've done to bring this car back to the point that it can be driven and enjoyed and used and on the road, and it is all of that now. I've been driving it off and on. It's just a really solid original car, and I probably should make more videos about it. I just haven't done so. I feel like I've kind of, I don't know, went to the well a lot on Plymouth Valiants, and there's only so much interest in it, but it's a good car. Matter of fact, you can see someone, not Larry, but someone else, wrote the date on there, apparently when this car was manufactured. That was neat. That was a Friday, by the way, and it shows on this car. A lot of sloppy workmanship. A few people got kind of bent out of shape when I pointed that out, but it's the truth. Anyway, so I've been driving this car, and I just had to do the basics on this car, mainly brakes, fuel system, fix a transmission leak, fix a power steering leak, and hoses, the usual, tune it up. And it just is ran fine. It continues to do so. But let's get to the point on this. So today, this morning, I had to go to town, which is about the main town, not where I live here, but the big town down about 20 miles from here. And the reason for my drive down there was my Harbor Freight angle grinder bit the dust, the switch broke on it, and I'm in the middle of a project to get this other A-body fixed up and back on the road also. So I don't like to lose my mojo when I'm doing things like that, so I decided to go on down and buy a new one. They're not that much, so I did. Drove down there. If you hear things flying around and me waving my arms, it's because we're being overrun by these cute little Asian beetles. They look like ladybugs, but they're not. They're a different species. So anyway, back to this. So I take off and everything's fine. I check the oil and check the water like I do every time I take this car out. And it was full, everything's full. Hasn't used any oil. So I've come back and I run about, I'm planning to take this car out later in the week. I'm on vacation this week, so I'm planning to take this car out on a little road trip, kind of local. That's something I want to do. So I drive them and shake them down pretty good. So I drove this one about 60 to 62, 63 miles an hour for a while, and everything's fine. No problems, didn't hear any noises, didn't see any smoke, anything like that. I got back to town. I had to stop to run an errand in town, and I came back out several minutes later. And I thought I saw some oil under the car up here, which was unusual, but it wasn't dripping. So I just, well, I'm pretty close to home. I'll just drive on home, check it out later. So I checked it out later. Here's what I found. So I come down in here, get the light in here, and if you poke around and look in here, it's not so obvious now. Of course, the camera may have a hard time getting in there. Let's try it this way. But there's oil down the side of the engine, which is unusual on this side because this is the uphill side of the engine, and then the air duct for the heated air, it's got oil on it. There's oil running down the dipstick right there on the motor mount. And that was not there this morning. It's oil up here. And so I checked. Dipstick was popped out a little bit. It's not all the way in. Now, I could have not put it all the way in. This may be nothing, but there's even oil on the fuel filter. I hope this is nothing, but it looks to me like somehow or another this has blown some oil out suddenly, which is never a good sign. I don't see any over here. It looks like it's forcing it out, not by the cap or the PCV or back there. So that's the good thing. So first let's do our diagnostics here. Let's check the oil. See now our oil level. Ugh. So he got rid of a quart of oil. It's down to 4 quarts of oil. That's not good at all. That's a lot of oil. So that's not like that. Quart of oil suddenly went somewhere. So let's take the air cleaner off. That hose over there runs into the. And mind you, this car is as original as it gets. It's original engine, everything. So it did not force any oil up through the breather. The breather could be stopped up, but that's not the way it normally. That breather brings in fresh air to the engine, PCV system. Okay. All right. So let's do this now. Let's go ahead and start it up and see what it sounds like. The only thing that I heard. The only thing that I heard going on, I thought I heard it spark knock a few times. Not bad, but the thing about it is, you know, I'm pretty in tune to how these engines run, and the engines in general, and I know when they're not running good. And so, you know, I've seen people on YouTube that, you know, they have an engine that's running on 7 cylinders or 5 cylinders. And they say, oh, boy, this engine sounds great. I'm thinking, no, it doesn't. But you not hear that. So I didn't hear anything about this engine that sounded off about it. The only thing I did notice was that sitting at a light in town, down in the big town, is the car seemed like it was kind of like these do this when they have a cylinder that's not contributing very well. So the brown car I used to have, that one I sold at 68, it did that periodically, but it didn't throw oil out. All right, so let's fire the sucker up. This car is a hard to start car when it's hot. You can do it, come on. Smoke. It's fine. I think it just stuck a ring, possibly had a ring a little stuck, or it's stuck and then unstuck. I don't see anything wrong with it. Well, let it warm up. See a little while. We'll see if things weird happens. I'll bring you back if it does. Otherwise, false alarm. Case closed.